and just being really careful to walk that line where we acknowledge and take care of our people who are clearly overwhelmed without it spilling over into victimhood, which then compromises the work, right? And I don't want to oversimplify this, but I use this example all the time. I have a very reliable, I drive a couple of really old cars. I drive cars from the 70s, I'm old school, and they need work. And so I got a local mechanic who helps me, and they're great, and the turnaround time is fantastic. But during the COVID season, they had to cut back on staff. Like, they had to lay some folks off, they had to reduce the number of their services, they had to reduce some of their hours. And a job that would take one day was sometimes taking 3 days. And I could give grace for that. But if I send the car in for a brake job or an oil change, right? And when I pick the car up after 3 days, if my oil crankcase is full of transmission fluid, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a problem, and COVID's not gonna be an excuse, because keeping cars running is their fundamental purpose. And so they've reduced staff, they've reduced the number of service offerings, they've lengthened the time of service, but they still stay with their fundamental purpose. And was their way of helping their staff through this very stressful time. We've been complaining about teachers having too much to teach in too little time, but we've been deathly slow about less is more. COVID has forced us into that. So the one way that APs and principals can help teachers is to just what I call constrain the property. So you're looking at the screen now, I'm in a rectangular box. When you put that in your PowerPoint or Keynote and you grab the corner and you pull it in, it's a smaller rectangle, but it's got the same proportions. So we got to stay with teaching and learning while taking care of our people.